This is a complete guide for the Legendary Storyteller tall tale in Sea of Thieves. To begin, you'll have to start at Ancient Spire Outpost and head to the tavern. Here you'll find the book next to Tasha. Once Tasha finishes talking, you'll be given a book that will have 3 random stories out of 11 possible stories, and each one will take you to get 3 items. Here are the possible stories and locations that you'll have to go to find the items. If you have smallest boat, you'll be heading to this spot on Lone Cove, and it will be in the back of the cave and in front of this broken rowboat, so just dig right here. If you have fish friends, you should go to this spot on Mermaid's Hideaway. This is a tricky one because you'll have to sword jump over to this stone pillar. So once you're over here, you can just dig in this spot to find the item. If you have Treasure Adventure, you'll be heading to an unmarked island at the coordinates of K9. When you're here, you'll dive between the 2 islands and swim all the way down to the bottom of the shipwreck to find the item in a chest. If you have Baddies Attack, you'll be heading to Old Salt's Atoll. Here you can find your item buried in front of the ship. If you have Naughty Man, you'll be heading to the east side of Scurvy Isle. You'll find the item if you dig right here. If you have Monster Hunting, you'll be heading to this southwestern part on Crooked Mass. You'll find the item in a chest on a shipwreck below. If you have Monster Island, you'll be heading to this spot on Thieves Haven. To find the item, you should head to the top of the island where you'll find it buried in front of these stone tikis. If you have scary friends, you'll be heading to the north side of Kraken's Fall. You'll be able to find the item on top of the bones of this Kraken. The item should be right around here. If you have Windy Wings, you'll be heading to this spot on Plunder Valley. The item should be in front of this bird statue and next to this skeleton, so just dig right here. If you have Birthday Party, you'll be heading to this spot on Wanderer's Refuge. You'll find the item buried between these 2 trees with lanterns. And if you have Rescue Mission, you'll be going to this southern part of Crook's Hollow. You can find the item next to this bridge if you dig right here. Now that you have your items, use the 2 keys to open up the chest. Inside, you'll be given a wooden plank that is shaped like a specific part of an island. You'll be able to use this plank to line up with the islands and then find exactly where you have to dig. For example, and to start out, if you have this plank, you'll be going to Plunder Valley at this spot. Here you can line it up and find exactly where the ancient crown is buried. If you have this plank, you'll be going to this spot on Mermaid's Hideaway, and it should be buried right around here. If you have this plank, you'll be going to the west side of Discovery Ridge. You should be able to find it buried right around here. If you have this plank, you'll be going to Smugglers Bay, and you'll be able to find it buried around this rowboat here. If you have this plank, you'll be going to this spot on Cannon Cove. And if you line it up here, it should be buried there on your left side. If you have this plank, you'll be heading to the center of Lone Cove. And if you line it up here with the rock, it should be buried right here in front of you. And if you have this plank, you'll be going to the southern part of Marauder's Arch. And if you line it up here, it should be buried somewhere on the path in front of you. If you have this plank, you'll be going to the southern island of Shipwreck Bay. When you line it up, it should be in the sand right here. If you have this plank, you'll be going to this spot on Kraken's Fall, and you'll be able to line it up with the ship and dig right there. And if you have this plank, you'll be heading to the center of Sharkbait Cove, where you'll be able to line it up with the center stone and dig right around here. Now that you have the ancient crown, head back over to Ancient Spire Outpost and give it to Tasha, and that should conclude the tall tale. To get all the commendations, you'll have to do this 4 more times and find the 5 journals. Here are the journal locations. The first journal is on Old Salt's Atoll, and you can find it by the front of the ship through this crack here. The second journal is here on Mermaid's Hideaway and in this barrel by the campfire. The third journal is in the cave at Lone Cove, which you can find here on your right side. The fourth journal is at Daggertooth Outpost and in the tavern, and it should be found on the bookshelf to your right. And the fifth journal can be found at Galleon's Grave Outpost at the very top of the island. If you get on the ship on the top, you can fall down on the cage to read the journal from the skeleton's hand. And that is it for the Legendary Storyteller Tall Tale. I hope this guide helps, and thanks for watching.